Hello everyone. Today in this session we are going to discuss some MCQ type questions for your upcoming online examinations. And how can you deal with this type of MCQ type questions and what is the trick behind this and how can you solve this type of numerical within fraction of seconds, and one by one we have learned lot of things. So let's start students. So now students, our first question is what? You 72 kilometer per hour is equal to what? 10 meter per second, 20 meter per second, 15 meter per second or 12 meter per second. So if you solve this type of question in traditional way, so then it will take more time. So how can you solve this numerical within fraction of seconds? So just if you target to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, you just multiply with this physical quantity 5 by 18. So 18 into 4 means so 20 meter per second, and the option number B is the correct. And the second question is what? 15 meter per second is equal to what? 27 kilometer per hour, 54 kilometer per hour, 20 kilometer per hour or 10 kilometer per hour students. If you target to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, you just multiply with this 18 by 5 means 15 into 18 by 5 means 3. So 3 into 18 means what? 54. So answer B is the correct one. Now students, the option numbers, question number 3. Speed is what? Vector quantity, tensor quantity, scalar quantity, none of this. So don't worry. Since the starting letter is what? Speed is what? S. So S means what? Scalar quantity. Without any hesitation you give the answer. The speed, the starting letter is what? S. So that's why scalar quantity. We don't know what is the reason behind this, anything. Just this is the trick. How can you solve these type of questions within fraction of second? Okay. So next one is students what? Velocity. Velocity is scalar quantity, vector quantity, tensor quantity, or none of this. So students, the starting letter is what? V. So that's why without any hesitation you give the answer. Velocity is what? Vector quantity. Okay. Now students, next one is distance. Distance is what? When we measure the distance, we are not take the directions. We can deal only with the magnitude. So that's why distance is what? Distance is scalar quantity. Now student, displacement. When you discuss the topic displacement, you take both the magnitude and direction both. So that's why displacement is what? Vector quantity. So option A is the correct. Now students, a physical quantity which cannot be negative is, first option is what? Displacement, velocity, distance, none of this. So these are students, displacement is positive, 0 or not negative. So displacement not correct answer. Velocity is also sometimes negative. So this is not correct answer. So distance is the correct one. Why? When you measure the distance, the key concept behind distance is what? Distance means the actual path covered by a moving body. So it cannot be negative. So option C is the correct option. So next one is students, the question number 8. Area under velocity time graph. Area under velocity time graph. So means this is the velocity axis, the time axis. If you find the area enclosed by the velocity time graph, that is equal to what? Displacement. Why students? Because velocity is what? Meter per second and the unit of time is what? Second. So second is cancelled, only meter, and the unit of displacement among the four quantity is what? Displacement. So that's why the option A is the correct one. And the question number 9. When a body covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, and all of you know, if the body covers unequal distance in equal interval of time, means students the motion is non-uniform motion. So option number students, uniform not possible. So option B is the correct one. And dear students, question number 10 is very important. A particle is moving in a circular path of radius r, the displacement after half cycle. So now student, this is the one circular path and this is the center and this is the point A and this is the point P and radius is r. Asking that a particle start his journey from the point P, point A, and take this part and goes to the point B. Asking that what is the value of displacement. Displacement means what? The shortest path between the initial point to the final point students. So this is what initial point and this is what final point. So it means the straight line path is equal to what? Displacement students. Not actual path covered by the body is equal to displacement. The shortest point between the initial point to the final point is equal to what? Displacement. So that is what, students, this means radius and this means radius. So r plus r equal to what? 2r. So the value of 2r is equal to what? Displacement due to the half cycle. So now, students, 0 is not possible. 2r is the correct one. Pi r is not possible. So now next question, same question but same situation but different questions. Question is what? Distance after half cycle, not displacement. Asking that what is the value of, dear students, distance after half cycle. Distance means what? The actual path. When the particle starts from the point A and the particle takes this path, means this is what, student? This is equivalent to half of the circumference of the circular path. So total circumference equal to what? 2 pi r by 2. So that is equal to what, students? Pi r. So pi r is the correct option. Now, student, question number 12. 12 is given what? Displacement after full cycle. Displacement after full cycle means the particle starts from this point, goes to the point B, and after some times later come back to the same position. I repeat lot of times during the discussion of displacement, students, if the initial position and final position both are coincide to each other, so that means, students, the value of displacement will be what? 0. And due to the full cycle, the value of displacement will be what? 0. So option B is the correct. And dear students, the question number 13, distance after full cycle means, the distance means what? I have now told the actual path. When the particle starts its journey from the point P, goes to the point B and come back to the again same point A. So now, students, so that's why actual path means what? That it is equal to the circumference of the path. So that means circumference equal to what? 2 pi r. So 2 pi r is the correct one. And the question number 14, slope of the velocity time graph. Dear student, this is what? Velocity graph and this is time. Slope means what? Height by ratio. Slope means what? Height by base ratio. So that means this is the velocity and this is the time. So if you take the ratio velocity by time, so that is equal to what? That is equal to acceleration, students. So option A is the correct one. Without any hesitation, you give the answer, students. Question number 15, and this is our last question. Slope of the distance time graph. If, dear student, this is distance and this is time graph, and if you find the slope means height by base means distance by time, so this is equal to what? Distance by time, measure the quantity speed. So you option A is the correct one. So now, students, so don't worry about your upcoming online examination. Just focus on all the topics, and that is already you have uploaded in YouTube classes. And dear students, I think is it clear all of you? So that's all for today's class. Thank you for watching my video classes. Okay.